Welcome to the Film Buff channel. Today we will see a 2019 delivered film Warrior Kid. The film depends on genuine occasions that happened in the existence of the 6 years of age kid. In the start of the film, the legend is a little boy, Seryoza Alishkov, lying on the tree, his mother washing garments in the waterway and his sibling fishing in the stream. At that time, a military aircraft tumbling from the sky and impacted the children's mother as pursued the blast. Later, the young man woke in his home where there is a more odd woman who saved him from the episode. The canine yapping sound hearing from the external which has been delivered by the military monitors entering the town to assault. The woman assists the young man with pursuing over the window that the military monitors killed the ladies in the house by a slug. After that, the military consumed the town. The young man runs into the forest and goes through the night in the forest by stressing over his mom. The following day morning he reviving in the stream around then the military monitors coming there to get rest. The terrified youngster concealed in the underlying foundations of the tree where the snake going through by his side. After armed force monitors are gone, he arrives and eaten some equilibrium food which is left by a warriors, and again he gets into the backwoods and goes through the night in the forest. Following day morning the kid awakened at the stormy time and later he blacked out as a result of starvation. By seeing him swooned, the Russian warriors took him to the tent where the military camp was found. After the young man awakened and dreaded being encircled by a soldier. He quieted down in the wake of acknowledging they are every one of the one team. The troopers dealing with the youngster by taking care of food. Later, the young man is treated for his injury in the tactical medical clinic where the injured armed force men are getting treated, the kid getting subtleties of the chief from the fighters. Some of the time later, the commander comes to see the little boy. The young man makes the discussion about his dress, gun and the kid showing him the drawing of big holler in the body and the captain pulled in by the charm of the little. After that he left the clinic, the medical attendant and skipper making discussion about keeping the kid with them. The chief disregard the discussion and walk away. Because he doesn't believe that he should be here, the spot is hazardous for kid. The military troopers are showing their affection to the youngster by introducing the gift like telescope and so on. The medical caretaker actually needs to keep the youngster with her. She stressed over leaving him. The following day, the senior armed force man comes to Kapitan to discuss keeping the youngster with them. However, the skipper clashes. In the meantime, the spot is hazardous for boy. The commander doesn't flaunt his affections for the youngster. Afterwards, the German armed force entered the camp. Russian armed force battling them and a significant number of them got harmed, the tactical medical caretaker helping the injured soldiers. After the fight, the man shows up Theory to get the kid to the halfway house. The youngster cried subsequent to hearing that. Skipper wonders whether or not to leave the kid. The kid embraces the commander and the chief's psyche transformed. He chooses to keep the youngster with them. On the day-night the fighters are excited for the kid remaining with them. They begin sewing the military dress for the youngster. In my fantasy, the youngster longed for his family. After that the skipper came to see the youngster and gives the sewed armed force dress. The chief gives the assignment to his desired youngster to wear the dress before the matchstick is completely terminated. He wears the uniform after such countless matchsticks are gone by fire. The kid youngster by wearing the military dress and going through the ground around, then necessity flights come over and drops the bomb. The military warriors get the youngster into channels to save him. After the battle, many officers are harmed. The youngster looks for commander and nurse. The specialist took the kid and advised him to help every one of the fighters what all's identity is harmed, and the kid helping them by giving water to the troopers. One of the military men requests that the youngster read the letter. The kid don't know to peruse or compose on the grounds that he didn't gone to class. In the meantime he read it. What's to him? He read it like the family letter. The troopers in there comprehend that the youngster doesn't knows to peruse or compose, however they cherished it. What's more, he sings a melody for the harmed officers. Following day, the kid dozing in the lap of the tactical medical caretaker chief came there to talk with the attendant about serious sentiments. Out of nowhere, the youngster awakens and embraces the skipper by calling him as father. The chief stopped show of his sentiments to the medical attendant. She strolled away. Now the dad and child strolling by. The youngster makes discussion about who makes the dress for me. The captain shows where the elderly person made a dress for the child. The place is obliterated in the assault and the elderly person passed on. A day after, the youngster acts like a genuine fighter and he reports to the chief for the duty. Capitan orders to get all the post vehicle when the postal van arrives. He got and disseminated them to the relating individual. Then, at that point, the youngster moving towards the waterway ignored through the telescope there were boots showing up inside the straw, and he returned to the sliders and informed them about it. They returned to the region where the young men spotted them. They terminated the straw and the German troopers are gotten. The little gets a German officer's pack from the smoke. Taken care of. There is a machine that utilized in the conflict and they put them in prison. Kid looking for one postal letters proprietor while the man passed on in the war. Capitan gets the news that the kid assisted with getting German warriors. Commander anticipates to see the value in the youngster. Simultaneously, the kid shows up at the skipper to report that he has conveyed every one of the posts. Leader appreciated and shows report to him that he embraced the youngster as his child. The youngster gets officer to visit medical caretaker to illuminate about the adoption. They arrived at the waterway to see her around. Then some other person is proposing her. She dismissed and the kid gets to her. However, yet the authority gone. He actually wonder whether or not to communicate his sentiments to her. The following day, again the conflict began between them. There are riflemen around and the kid attempts to help them. However, the fighters sid him to return to the dad. The kid complied and returned to the tent. The skipper can't make association with the troopers outside the link cause it's wrecked outside. Someone needs to go there and fix the messed up link. They kid follow the region with the assistance of interfacing link and arrive at there and ask the harmed trooper how to fix the link. With the assistance of trooper, he associated the link. Evening, a trooper portrays an affection and marriage story. He explains the uncertainty about affection and marriage. The youngster intends to make for the nurse, Katya, and father to get married. Next day morning, the youngster shows up at the nurse, Katya, advising her to pick up the pace that father has become sick. The medical caretaker races to the skipper. Kid takes off to see what's happening. But the kid's stunt doesn't work. After understanding that nothing happened to the commander, she leaves. In some cases later, the youngster gone to see the bomb squad K9, playing with it. Other side commandant runs before the attendant to communicate his aim. While the kid playing with K9, the K9 beginnings pursuing the feline. Essayist saves the kid. Finally, he proposed, Requests getting hitched be a mother of the child. At the time leader gots the letter for getting off tomorrow. Next everybody is emptying the village. The kid playing toy gun. Sudden bomb impact happen, fighters and chief gets harmed. A while later the youngster requests a request to the captain. The chief orders to check the slider's uniform. He checked, recorded tiered and non-tiered dress. Also, gets the rundown to the skipper and general. The general requests any more he have. Kid requests his father and nurse, Katya, to get hitched. At the point when the kid envisioned about walk past and getting medal, the German armed force drops the bomb again. The leader and siders got acclimated by retaliating. They wins the war. Next day the kid visits dad. After Russia won the conflict, the troopers gets back to the natives. The end.